It's time for the Cannabis PowWow Show with Trinity the Hempman Mealer. The show where the community comes together to talk all things cannabis. Brought to you by Tennessee Hemp Supply.
So I kind of just gave away the surprise if you were listening to the sponsors. That's right, folks. Tennessee Hemp Supply is merging with the Holistic Connection. So excited. So enough for me. Let's get to the powwow. Kate, talk to the people here about the Holistic Connection and why you wanted to start this wellness center.
I wanted to start the Holistic Connection for a better life for myself and my family and also others. I knew that I could reach people with my love for plant medicine.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you take care of your body on this physical, biological realm, you can really ignite your brain, you can think better, you can reverse disease, enhance your mood, and just perform better day to day.
Absolutely. Well, that's part of the research here. Is we're learning more things about the endocannabinoid system than we even knew.
Yes, and how much it has to do with overall homeostasis.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's amazing what plants can do for us on a molecular level.
I was saying the other day, what if broccoli mixes with CBD and that makes a profound difference in the endocannabinoid system that we haven't even talked about yet? We've decades behind on research.
I mean, it actually does.
It is so bright, right?
We were,
yes.
if you go back thousands of years, these were the only things we have. So there was nothing man-made then. You were eating the plants that were available.
Yeah, you didn't eat meat very much unless you were a skilled hunter.
Exactly. So we evolved right up along with this readily available hemp plant, and now we have an endocannabinoid system that actually works on the elements that this plant is, and the other plants as well that you were mentioning, Kate.
Absolutely, and just with all kinds of plant-based products, I believe that we can aid in our journey with finding our true self, even our higher self. It just leads to a more fulfilling life.
Overall wellness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's fun. Not to me. I can't say it's fun, but it's actually, a lot of people find a lot of reward in being vegan. Veganism, for example, these days is huge, and people are finally opening their eyes up to all of this.
Absolutely, it's an amazing time right now, especially with hemp and cannabis on the forefront of everything. It's really driving my passion even more.
Well, in eating a plant-based diet or a well-regulated diet, that you know where the source of the food is coming from is important. And that's actually the vision of the Holistic Connection. Our partnership with TriStar Medical is allowing us to bring in indoor hemp for the first time here in the state, and it's very ethically grown without the heavy metals and heavily tested and understood.
Mm-hmm.
You've been there to the grow quite often. Tell us about how exciting things are coming here.
Absolutely. We've got 17 different strains that they're testing, and we'll have about 7 to 8 smokable strains by October, and this is all locally grown, indoor, very well curated smokable cannabis.
It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Go image a picture of cannabis, and that's basically what we have growing indoors. That's what it looks like. Some of the best finely grown,
controlled environment cannabis.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
controlled environment is the key. You can't control the environment when you're outdoors. So heavy metals, there's all types of things in the soil, and we may need to leave that industrial outgrown hemp to the extractors.
Absolutely, we're doing premium hemp here for ingesting. Yes.
Yes. Well, all of us here have worked in wellness centers, and you've not been at it quite as long as we have, but obviously you've had some sort of impact with a family member or a friend, like everybody does. Do you have a story to share?
Absolutely. I have my cousin, one of 3 children that were adopted from Russia, were found in an apartment. And the oldest at the time was 6 years old and feeding the other 2 flour and water. So their health really, really deteriorated. And so when they were adopted and came over to the States, my beautiful cousin, her mother, researched and went beyond what the doctors were telling her to do and found a raw plant-based diet. And with her discovery of a raw plant-based diet, she was able to stop these tics and grunts that are caused by, certain chemicals that are released in the brain, and through a plant-based diet was able to keep it under wraps. You wouldn't even know that she had it.
Well, that goes along with research that's being found that the endocannabinoid system's not just boosted by hemp or cannabinoids, it's also boosted by other plant-based products.
That's just extremely powerful to me.
It's so completely stopped?
Completely. Took out the gluten and incorporate the raw plant-based diet, and through that she is no longer
Well,
showing symptoms.
their malnutrition and poor diet there in Russia obviously had something to do with
Aided in
that.
it, absolutely.
The proof's in the pudding. The anecdotal evidence that we've just pours in constantly into our stores. This is why we believe in this so wholeheartedly, and why we're waiting for research to catch up to prove us right.
Right, and I really like what you guys are doing here, because there is the information is out there. There's a lot of conflicting information, and so being able to sort through it and talk about it and hear people's stories, we can really help people just beyond just the products by just education.
You know, I hate when people say, like, oh yeah, you heard it on the interweb, it must be true. Well, you know, yes, the truth is there. There are people telling the truth. It's obviously, like you said, mixed in. But if you just listen to the anecdotal evidence, if you have your own powwows with your loved ones and with your neighbors and with your friends, just talk about it. It's not religion. It's not politics. It's not taboo to speak about. The prohibition of cannabis has led us to make it taboo in our family. Reefer madness.
Absolutely.
What do
They
we-
even took out all the information during the prohibition when it started about the endocannabinoid system. So all these doctors that have been coming up through the system, they don't know anything about it.
It was
You
shunned
know?
in medicine.
Exactly.
It's the biggest heist in world history, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If they found it in the rainforest tomorrow, cannabis will be held as a miracle plant.
That's right.
And it's not. It's here. It's available. It grows wild in our United States of America. You used to, as we talk about history of hemp a little bit, and we want to talk all things cannabis here, but you know, obviously we've talked about it. It used to be mandatory for farmers to grow hemp.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a
28,000
good
different
thing to do.
products can be made from cannabis.
Right.
That's empowering.
In so many different ways, and we're going to have more people on, like we would like to have people like you who are in the front lines of wellness, as we like to say, because we're reaching the clients on a daily level, on a personal level, and giving them that wellness consultation that we talk about. Well, Kate, you started the Holistic Connection, and one of the reasons we're merging here is because our ideas are very similar. We are about wellness. We're about high efficacy products. Talk a little bit about some of the products you carry.
Well, we have just released a new product that's on the market called Ducey. It's the Cherokee word for Tennessee.
that cool?
Locally grown premium hemp. It's based on live tissue studies from MTSU research, and with all the misinformation and everything out there, it's great. Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have a university-backed, science-based research product.
And I don't mind if you got your CBD from a gas station. It's just not going to be ethical. We're trying to get with the gas stations to get them to carry ethical products, but they're more interested in profitability.
Right, and you have to have that.
It is a business.
Yeah, you have to have those documents and those COAs, and you have to really, really be careful about where you get this stuff, because
You don't just go to any doctor, guys.
you don't want to be painted with a broad brush, and you know.
Well, the industry is coming. FDA is coming to regulate
Absolutely,
this industry. It's apparent. We are trying to design our products and make sure that we carry products that are already FDA compliant, so to speak. They're not FDA compliant. I don't mean to tell anybody that, but they are going to be very similar to what the FDA is going to want.
The closest thing.
Yeah, we're a
Yes.
few steps
Yes.
to that.
Well, Brandon, you created a lot of the Tennessee Hemp Supply labels and things. One of the things we had to have on there was ingredients and you know, the location where it was manufactured. So these things we've always been trying to self-regulate and
Absolutely.
provide the most ethical products.
And even though we do all of this, being that it is not regulated by the FDA, we've watched over the last 15 months. It seems that everyone has started a company where they're putting CBD oil in a bottle, and there's a lot of bad stuff out there. Someone did a study not too long ago where, what was it, 40-60% of it was
148 products brought in. 46 of them had zero CBD detectable.
Yeah. So that's terrible, and it's a problem, and it's diminishing the value of what this plant and these cannabinoids can do for you. So
Most
this ability to merge with the Holistic Connection and carry Ducey is huge. We're taking the next step and providing a research-based CBD product out there, so that you definitely have an option. So if that's one of your concerns, call us and we'll get the right CBD product in your hands.
Yeah, please come, pay us a visit. We'll sit down with you and explain.
A free wellness consultation
Absolutely.
from one of our wellness advocates.
Yes.
I know I'm tossing that around a lot, but really we believe that. It's not just us saying to us. We're not just trying to be cute with saying wellness. We believe in an entire wellness package. This is part of the Holistic Connections vision. We're going to be bringing and merging things from the Holistic Connection and what we've been doing at Tennessee Hemp Supply to partner with TriStar Medical. We're going to talk a little bit more about that after the break here. So let's take a pause. Let's pause right there and take a quick break. And welcome back to Cannabis PowWow with the Hemp Man. We are here with Brandon Harris, Hunter Dew, and special guest Kate Ducey. And we're having a discussion here at the break about the pronunciation, and maybe you can help out, listeners. The Pachote method?
Or Pacote?
Or
Pachote.
Pachote?
Pachote. I like
Okay.
that one. Let's
Pachote?
stick with that
Yeah.
one. That one
Pachote?
sounds great.
No,
Hey, listen,
I
you-
did find it that said Pachote, but who knows what.
You
maybe
start
it's
your own
English,
time.
guys.
It's English. We got all these rules.
It
Well,
may be
Yeah.
something.
if you're having your own powwow there at the house, you say it how you want to say it. But this is how it's spelled. P-E-C-H-O-T-I. What this is an ancient method of taking oils, using essential oils, beneficial oils for uptake. And what they understand is once you cut off the umbilical cord, the belly button is left with over 70 million nerve endings,
Absolutely.
And-
Kind of like
and-
the ones behind your ears,
right?
you know, but more sensitive.
I heard
So,
that.
so if you have a child that doesn't take CBD oil well, or you're having trouble with that sort of thing, that's another method to try out. It's something to look forward to, look at,
And
and,
the-
and
like-
research.
in
put
the
it-
belly button.
Put the
Right.
oil directly into the belly button.
Okay, just let it pool up there for a few minutes.
That's
Now,
right.
Obviously, my belly button holds a lot more oil than a normal belly button, but that, hey,
Well, remove the lint first. And then,
Oh, there you go. That is real.
First.
That is real.
now we're having a powwow.
you could knit a
Breaking
sweater.
it down real.
Well, there's just another method. It goes
Yeah,
back
there's
to
millions
wellness.
of ways of taking CBD.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Getting it in your system is the most important thing. We have a journal that at Tennessee Hemp Supply we hope to continue with the Holistic Connection. We encourage people to write down what they're taking, how they feel.
That's great to hear. We do the same thing,
Yes.
especially with people who've never used cannabis products before. This stuff has to build up in your system. So, the first few days, we don't want you, just giving up on it. It's a regimen. The oils are great for that. So basically you
And-
start your regimen and you journal how you feel at night and then how you feel in the morning. And I think, Hunter, you told me, like, if you wake up tired, then you probably do need more.
Yeah, you need
You
more.
need more.
The whole point of sleep is
CBD.
to recover, and CBD amplifies and boosts your recovery process in your body. So if you're waking up tired, you're not either taking it at the right time or you're not taking enough. So science getting into that, with the water soluble technology that we have for sustainable absorption for CBD, and then with what medicine does with other big pharma medicines like time release and extended release capsulation and stuff like that. We need more information on how that works with cannabis and
That's
how
right.
we can implement that into cannabis.
More research, decades behind, but we're catching up again.
It's an exciting time.
It is
yeah.
merger, and again, we're merging here to make sure that we're partnering with the most ethical CBD sources and manufacturers and university-backed research. All of this is part of the vision of
Yes,
this
and
merger.
that's huge right now, especially in this unregulated industry, and we're running towards it.
Running, absolutely.
We want to
Yes.
be the I guess the big brother of the industry, who the FDA and the Department of Agriculture mirrors the regulation after.
Yes.
We want to be
Absolutely.
the base mark of what the cannabis industry can be. We obviously will want to be the biggest right now, but once it becomes federally legal and regulated, we just want to be what everyone is.
Well, the FDA leans on the university research.
Yep.
We
To make
have
decisions.
that. We have some research that's available for them to make that decision. Kate, we were discussing the Holistic Connection and what brought you into it, why you're doing this, and obviously why we're merging with you to make this
Well,
happen.
like I said before, I have a love for plants and their abilities and what they can do for us. Hemp especially, aka cannabis, is a super plant and I feel like is made for the human body. It is directly for us.
Well, the endocannabinoid system definitely
Absolutely.
proves that it's.
Hey,
without
there's
a
another
doubt,
pronunciation thing we can play around with. How do you say endocannabinoid system?
Endocannabinoid
Do
system.
you say cannabinoid?
Cannabinoid.
Which way do you say it?
I say endocannabinoid.
Well, I was talking to Dr. Altman, and he said cannabinoid system.
Cannabinoid.
He said it a little different. I said,
Yeah.
So that leads me back to, again, depends on your dialect and what
Tennessee.
part of
Yes,
the hills you're from here in Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
To be how you're going to say it, but endocannabinoid system is what
I
I'm
say it wrong every
because it's
time.
cannabis.
Yeah, I believe that cannabis should be added to the daily dietary food groups in our diet and as Americans or as the world.
That would change the
Can-
paradigm, wouldn't it?
Right, exactly. Like we have that little plate next to the side that's like for dessert. Why don't we have a little bowl next to it that's for cannabis?
Yes.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
some of the same cannabinoids or cannabinoids are also found in hemp, are also found in certain vegetables. So, whenever I'm at the store, I kind of explain the difference between full spectrum versus like a CBD isolate. Like, would you rather eat your whole raw vegetable and how bioavailable that is to you, or would you rather take a vitamin A or a vitamin K supplement?
Right.
That's kind of how that is. It's like it's just one incredible player. You kind of need the whole team to
Well,
bring
people
it
think that
together.
they need to ingest protein through animals,
Right.
and then you don't.
No, plant-based protein is way more bioavailable.
Yes. Do you have a list? I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but do you have a list of foods or plants that boost the endocannabinoid system?
There's cancer fighting. What my
Okay.
research has shown is certain foods that are cancer fighting, like cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli, and certain combinations of food that you can put together. Once you kind of figure out how your system operates and what you have, you can pair certain foods to heal certain ailments, and hemp should definitely be involved during that process. We
I
take
told
care of a
y'all
lot
that-
of cancer patients.
Oh
Yes. Oh, those are the tough. They're not the tough days. They're sort of the most rewarding days. But like
Absolutely.
you said, it's sometimes dark because we
Yeah.
don't want to ruin your mood. But at the same time, cancer is a big deal in our community. Everyone's touched by cancer. Everyone knows someone who is touched by cancer. So if we have overwhelming anecdotal evidence from just illegal cannabis use and legal cannabis use in the legal states of that helping. So a properly balanced diet, going back to your cousin's children, a properly balanced diet makes a tremendous amount of difference to your health.
Absolutely. And then the neuroprotective part of plants and hemp, like
Yeah.
neuroprotective properties and protecting ourselves from all of the medicines that are out there that are causing early stages of dementia and Alzheimer's and all of these things. So protecting your brain, taking care of your gut, there's a whole conversation that goes on between those two things, and thus in turn you feel better and stay younger and
Yeah, that's
Disease-free.
Very, very impactful.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if you limited your diet to only exactly what your body needed, and who knows what we're eating these days,
You'd
but
be
if
flying
you ate
high.
only exactly what you needed, the exact amount of plants, and this may only be 3 or 4 handfuls of food a day, that's really all you need. It would probably, and also include a regimen of cannabis and CBD, it would probably cure anything.
Yes, it stops
Given enough
diseases
time.
in their tracks, and also depression. Certain things you feed your stomach, your
Yeah, releases
stomach is the
chemicals.
largest producer of serotonin in your body. So if you're feeding it garbage, it's sending signals to your brain and physically causing depression.
Well, and
Stuff
part of,
that you can't even control.
I was just talking to someone about the research yesterday. Part of the research that's come out from this university that backs this Ducey product, we don't want to get into it too much because it's patented, pending products.
Right.
But it's the immune system and the impact of the endocannabinoid system talking to the immune system and communicating and making sure to promote healthy cell functioning through all of the other systems. We
Not
haven't
just
even
the nervous
mentioning the
system.
immune system. We've just
Absolutely.
been saying the nervous system and
Well, yeah, and
Healthy
you
cell
talk directly
function.
about like your gut and your immune. That's 70% of your immune
Sure.
system if you
are
regulate
what you
that.
eat. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
If
how
you're
many-
eating garbage, you're going to produce garbage molecules in your body, or
Right.
at least a toxin that you're going to have to pass out through some way, or it's going to be trapped in your body, and you're just going to feel bad.
Right,
Yes.
and your microbiome is like, I mean, the bacteria and the microbiome is way bigger than just our human cells, you know,
Yes.
so taking care of that and keeping the pH right is
well, I
important.
want to apologize. I'm going to kind of rob the store here of the show here and say, but it is with the Hemp Man. So I do kind of have
Yes.
control of the show. I want to talk about our rebranding sale. We're going to
Oh,
offer
yeah.
40% off all Tennessee Hemp Supply, TriStar Medical, and Reward products in store across the board. So you love these products. You've come to our stores and enjoyed these products. Here's a great chance to stock up. While supplies last through September 30th, we're offering 40% off these products. The only products in our store that will not be discounted is the Ducey brand. And then we'll go back to regular functioning with the Tennessee Hemp, or with the TriStar Medical products with the Holistic Connection and a host of other products as we see fit moving forward.
We're so looking
yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah, and we know that our loyal customers are going to have a lot of questions, and the reason we haven't even rolled this out yet is because we're trying to get all of our ducks in a row to be able to answer every question. We don't want to lose one of our loyal customers, but there is going to be changes, and through changes, it's tough. And we want you to, if you have questions, if you have complaints, if you just want to pat us on the back, you can reach out to us at info@theholisticconnectiontn.com. I'm going to give that to you again, info@theholisticconnectiontn.com. And again, you can reach out there. We want to use that email as a link to our customers we can answer questions directly, personally, give you the benefits. We're going to come out with a lot of information on our social medias. We're merging our social medias together. So if you're following Tennessee Hemp Supply on social media and our webpage, it's going to become the Holistic Connection. You can see us there, and we're going to give all that information out. We're tremendously excited, and it's been a lot of work coming, but pairing with the Holistic Connection and TriStar Medical means you are going to continuously receive the highest quality CBD possibly made in the world.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's groundbreaking. This is a step forward to, like you were saying, federal legalization and quality assurance.
Yes.
We are going to be the closest thing to quality assurance in Tennessee, if not in the country, for CBD products.
And to reiterate that all of the hemp we're using is indoor grown in a controlled environment.
Yes.
So
Going to have third and fourth party testing
Yes.
in store where you can read and touch the test papers yourself to know what you're putting in your body. Like Kate was
She
saying.
said 17 strains coming, indoor strains coming. I think 5 are coming up soon.
Yeah, around anywhere from 6 to 8 smokable strains this fall. So we're really looking forward to that.
Come see it in the jars. We're the first ones as Tennessee Hemp Supply to put it in the jars and call ourselves the Hemp Dispensary. We're now joined forces with another Holistic Connection with their great ideas of overall wellness. It pairs right with what we've been saying. Kate and Jake have done a wonderful job with their store.
Thank
If
you.
you haven't seen it, go to Cool Springs, check it out. It's Tennessee Hemp Supply locations are still going to look like Tennessee Hemp Supply for a little while we go through the rebranding, but we're going to be the Holistic Connection, and visit them at the holisticconnection.tn.com for their website. We're going to have more information on that as well.
Absolutely.
Coming
Look forward
soon.
to hearing your voices, and we're here to answer any questions you have and welcome you to come and talk to us anytime.
And Brandon and I started Tennessee Hemp Supply. We're humbled by the opportunity to serve this community, and we've had a blast the past 15 months, and we look at it as we just got started. Brandon?
Yeah, we have to take advantage of this. Like I mentioned earlier, in the last 15 months, the market has went from just a few to now a lot of people out there trying to market CBD oil that's really just not good. So ask, when you call in, ask about the Tanasi brand. We'll go into a little more detail about the research-backed scientific formula that they have for you, and through this merger with the Holistic Connection, we're going to be able to bring that to you, along with all of the ethical CBD that you've always previously gotten from Tennessee Hemp Supply. It'll all be available.
Well, thanks, Brandon. That's well said, and thank you, everyone. We're going to be back next week. We're going to still at the Cannabis PowWow with the Hemp Man. Please come out to any of our local stores and talk to us about this merger and talk to us about this and take advantage of this 40% off sale. And I really do appreciate you joining us on the Cannabis PowWow. We appreciate your time. We hope you learned something. And until next week, get up, get out, move, and remember, the Holistic Connection, we provide Tennessee-grown wellness.